He's football crazy, he's football mad. That football had just taken away the little bit of sense he had. And it would take a dozen servants to wash his clothes and scrub, since Paul became a member of that terrible football club.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Football Crazy podcast. I am your host Jeffrey Gibson, and on today's show I am going to be previewing the League One match between Burton Albion and Sunderland. But before that, it's time for a Premier League roundup, with our American Premier League expert, Larry Larrison. Take it away, Larry.
Thank you, Jeff. Here are the scores from the opening round of the new Premier League season. Brentford, 2, Arsenal, 0. Manchester United, 5, Leeds United, 1. Burnley, 1, Brighton and Hove Albion, 2. Chelsea, 3, Crystal Palace, 0. Everton, 3, Southampton, 1. Leicester City, 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers, 0. Watford, 3, Aston Villa, 2. Norwich City, 0, Liverpool, 3. Newcastle United, 2, West Ham United, 4. Tottenham Hotspur, 1, Manchester City, 0. That ends the first Premier League roundup of the season. I'll see you next time. Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you, Larry. See you soon. Now it's time for our preview of the League One match between Burton Albion and Sunderland, and I must admit that I'm a little worried going into this game. Both teams have won their opening 2 League One matches. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is a brilliant manager who I personally have been a fan of since his managerial career began, and I think this is by far the toughest test Lee Johnson and his Sunderland team have faced this season, and I am not sure if Lee Johnson or his team are good enough to pass it. Comparing the sizes of both squads, it looks as though Burton have a squad full of depth and they have players to spare, whereas Sunderland do not have that luxury, and I think the lack of depth in Lee Johnson's squad may cause us problems, as the players may not be able to compete with Burton due to fatigue. Ideally, as a Sunderland fan, I would love nothing more than to see Sunderland come out on top in this game, but something tells me we're going to struggle, and I think it may end in a draw or even a win for Burton. That ends another episode of the Football Crazy podcast. I do hope you have enjoyed hearing what I had to say. I will be back on Saturday to preview the League One match between Sunderland and AFC Wimbledon. So until then, thank you so much for watching, stay safe and enjoy the match.
He's football crazy, he's football mad. That football had just taken away the little bit of sense he had. And it would take a dozen servants to wash his clothes and scrub, since Paul became a member of that terrible football